In desperate hope, I go and search for her in all corners, wherever is possible. But I find her nowhere. Maybe my search is small, and what once gone from my sight, I could not regain. But infinite is the nature, my lord, and seeking her, I have to come to the door of her. Her here undoubtedly refers to the natural beauty. This was what came to my mind first when I entered Ramnagar, the place where we see nature in the hands of man. Rarely it is said these days that nature is alive and vibrant, and rarely we find such sayings true. But I will not surprise you by saying that at this place I found it true. A trip was planned to Jim Corbett National Park and Nainital. We were 32 students along with two of our department teachers, namely respected Mr. Lalit Bhatt and Mr. Niket Mehta. At 10 on 29th of January, we departed in a bus and Innova from college for the educational trip on photography. With energy, enthusiasm and exuberance, we all sat in bus and Innova respectively, all ready to enjoy the beautiful trip of ours. If I recollect those moments, I guess the journey was of 7 hours, where at Gajrola, we stopped for lunch and snacks. And not to forget to freshen up ourselves for another few hours to enjoy the sightseeing and bus ride. As we entered the Wildcrest Resort, the place where we were supposed to lodge, the resort was beautiful beyond our imagination. There, the wind comes down from the trees and blows around the resort's rooms. In simple words, the resort was extremely huge, beautiful and amazing in its location. Located opposite to Jim Corbett National Park, it was perfect in all its presence. That evening, we enjoyed the bonfire. We danced and sang around it. Next morning at 4, we got up for a trip on safari to deep inside the forest. In the forest, deep inside, we saw many animals and their footprints too. We were back to the resort at 9 and had breakfast. At 12, we again departed for our next destination, that is to the Thangadi Museum. And then to the Garjia temple. Everything was incomplete without the fun of adventurous sports like river crossing and slithering. The day's evening used to end in a big way by entertaining ourselves and also the swimming pool and enjoying the fresh cold water. The 31st Jan morning was an interesting day for all of us. We departed for Nainital. We enjoyed the site and also Naina Lake, boating, and the event like trekking. The same day, we returned to the resort. 1st February morning was the day of departure. But early morning after breakfast, few of us enjoyed elephant ride and others preferred resting to the backs, while few went again deep inside the forest for trekking. They stride through the long grass, pressing to the fallen pine needles. They entered the forest and enjoyed the view. Lastly, we in a group would like to thank the organizing team and the faculties for their support and say that we all had great fun. I would like to conclude by saying few lines from the poem by Ruskin Bond. This leaf, so complete in itself, is only part of a tree, and this tree, so complete in itself, is only part of the mountain, and the mountains runs down the sea, and the sea, so complete in itself, rests like a raindrop on the hands of God. The lines surely suffice all our views of how we can explain our journey was.